Hi everyone. So today our topic is British museums, as our subject is dedicated for culture. So the heart of the culture is the museum. So we can see the culture inside the museum. So one of the most famous museum in Britain, it is the British Museum. So here we can see the entrance of the British Museum. So as you see in the picture, it is the most biggest one, very beautiful in a Roman style. So with the Roman columns and the design, pay attention dear students, the design of this construction also like a Roman style. So the British Museum is a museum dedicated to human history and culture located in Bloomsbury area of London. So this picture is nowadays appearance of British Museum. So this museum was established in 1753 by Sir Hans Sloane, and it was largely based on the collection of the physician and scientist Sir Hans Sloane. So this museum first opened to the public on 15 January in 1759 in Montagu House. So this Montagu House was located in Bloomsbury, and it was named not like a British museum but Montagu House on the site of the current museum building. So British Museum was founded as a universal museum. So it was not dedicated for one part of the object or culture or any etc. So it is a universal, every kind of cultures we can find there. Its foundations lie in the will of the physician and naturalist Sir Hans Sloane. So it is Sir Hans Sloane. He was a traveler, he was a scientist, naturalist, entrepreneur. So firstly, he opened this Montagu House like a museum. So his collection consisted of around 71,000 objects of all kinds, including some 40 printed books, 7,000 manuscripts, expensive natural history specimens, including 337 volumes of dried plants, prints and drawings also, including those by Albrecht Dürer, and antiques from Sudan, Egypt, Greece, Rome, and ancient Near and Far East and the Americas also. So this museum was the first of the new kind of museum. It was national, belonging to the neither church nor king, freely open to the public and aiming to collect everything. So first of all, as we know, first of all, it wasn't any kind of museum. It was just the belongings of one scholar, named like Sloane. So this collection, we could see in this collection every object, every type of the objects, every type of the culture and all nations' culture. So his collection, while including a vast miscellany of objects, tended to reflect his scientific interests, of course. The addition of the Cotton and Harley manuscripts introduced a literary and antiquated element and meant that the British Museum now became both national and library also. As we know, inside of it, a big, huge library was situated that every um, people can easily borrow any type of the books inside this library. So here we can see the picture of this uh, collection, the picture of this collection in 18th century. As you see, many visitors, they are just looking for the objects as they were very beautiful, amazing one in 18th century, of course. So in the early 19th century, the foundations for the extensive collection of sculpture began to be laid, and Greek, Roman, and also Egyptian artifacts dominated the antiques displays. So natural history collections were an integral part of the British Museum until their removal to the new British Museum. Natural history, of course, now the Natural History Museum in 1887. It was changed. So here we can see this museum in 19th century. So it was named like Natural Museum. Here we can see the natural objects, the sculptures mostly. We can see here the sculptures of the Greece, Rome, and Egypt, of course. As we see the sculpture of the human being, the samely the sculpture of any kind animals. One of them as an example is given here. The sculpture of horse was very naturally made by the artists. So by the last years of that era, of that century, this museum's collections had increased so much that the museum building was no longer big enough for them. The first stage was the construction of the northern wing beginning 1906. So as the objects are coming, so the people should enlarge the place. That's why firstly in 1906 they tried to enlarge the northern wing of this museum, first of all, in this year, because of enlarging the place. So in 1895, the trustees purchased the 69 houses here surrounding the museum with the intention of demolishing them and building around the west, northern, and east sides of the museum at that era. So a little bit next, in 1895, the trustees purchased the 69 houses surrounding the museum with the intention of demolishing them. And here we can see the picture of this museum at that time. So today, the museum is no longer houses collections of natural history and the books and manuscripts also it once held now. It forms a part of the independent British Library. The museum nevertheless preserves its universality in its collections of artifacts representing the cultures of several ancient and modern ones. So originally 1753 collection has grown to over 13 million objects at the British Museum, 70 million at the Natural History Museum, and 150 million at the British Library. So, and here also we can see the natural objects of the museum. So the objects which are belonged to the parts of the animals, like several just objects dedicated to that era, and books, of course. So museum is open every day. So except for 1st January and also these days on the 7th. And it is a big hall of this museum, as you see here, very beautiful scenery, and the style also you can see in today's style it was constructed, but the walls were constructed like a Roman style. And also here we can see the picture. So many visitors want to visit this museum. They love this museum and enjoy from exhibitions. So here we can see several types of the facilities, and again the picture with the facilities. So in the lunch time also the visitors can easily visit this place, have a lunch, and etc. So it has its own shops also. So we can see here bookshop, collections shop, so culture shop, and also family shops exist. And it is the picture from the shops. Again and again. So museum facilities. So here we can find the libraries with the study rooms. So it is free for everyone. Easily we can borrow any kind of books and try to enjoy from the book. For opening times and further information, so we can see the relevant departments also. So here we have Africa, Oceania, and Americas, including anthropology library and research centers. So again we have here ancient Egypt and Sudan, Asia, and again we can see here other just rooms dedicated for coins and medals, or conservation and scientific research, Greece and Rome, Middle East, prehistory and Europe, print and drawings also we can see there. And here we see the pictures of them. So, dear students, it is the end of our today's lesson. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any kind of questions, you can write in my email. So, goodbye.